Good morning, good morning. It's your girl. Yes, so today we're going to talk about one topic that's affecting the US. And it's just, I think a lot of things could be preventable. So, anyway, stay tuned and see what's up. Alrighty, people, what's going on? How you doing? How you doing? Look, this is probably getting out of hand. School shootings we're talking about today, and it's just so crazy. Like the most deadly school shootings um, in the United States were um, Virginia Tech massacre, where they had 32 people were killed and 23 were injured at the shooting. That that was a lot. Now the second one would be the Sandy Hook in Newton, Connecticut massacre, where it was 27 fatalities, all little kids. That was probably the saddest. But now these come way after Columbine, which was in 1999. I mean, have we not learned anything since then? It just seems to get worse. Like, take for instance, Columbine, it was 15 dead and 24 uh, injuries, injured. And it was two rich teens that actually did this. One was 18, the other one was 17. And they came to school with assault rifles. It's crazy. And then committed suicide. That probably was the most prolific out of all of them because he seemed to be the first. Even though there have been a lot of shootings in schools prior to, it dates back to the 1800s. It was like one here, two here, but it was like people that actually knew each other and had altercations. Now, 2019, 1999, when Columbine happened, it's like that was like the massacre, where it was like you just shooting random people just cause they were there. It's different. It ain't like I had beef with these people and then shot them, but nah, they just did it, and it's just it's weird. So then we go on. It's so many. So we go on to 2001, right? In Santee, California, 2 dead, 13 injured. 15-year-old kid went to Santana High School, killed 2 students, injuring 13 others. And he was later sentenced to life in prison with a chance of parole in 50 years. This is wild. And this is just 2001. I mean, that's a lot. When you think about all of these things, that's a lot. And there's so many more that continue to happen. Do you know altogether is 428 school shootings, including Columbine, including. It's like all these seem to be preventable. Now, the next one was in 2007 at Blacksburg, Virginia, and that's the Virginia Tech High School. I mean, the Virginia Tech University. And the student opened fire on campus. Now, this was crazy, killing 32 people before committing suicide. 32? And he injured 23. I'm like, and there's a lot of ones where it's just one or twos. I don't count them as, I mean, there's still school shootings, but those is like, people knew each other, boom, boom, boom. That's different. But you just going in there and taking off people's heads is crazy. You know what I mean? And there's been so many like that. Like in 2011 in Houston, Texas, One dead, five injured. A former student was killed and five others injured during a shooting at a high school football game. Like, I don't know. It's crazy. It just goes on and on. 2012, seven dead, three injured. That's a few people. You know what I mean? At a university. It's just like Sandy Hook was one of the worst though. That was in 2012. It was because they were so little. It was little kids. 2013, they had a few. Um, the one with the most casualties is on. It was in June of 2023 in Santa Monica, California. Six dead, four injured. A gunman went on to a killing spree, starting at his home that and ended up in Santa Monica College. I mean, some of these we haven't even heard of. They seem like new. Then there's other ones that have been around for a very long time, and it's crazy. And then you think about where they have happened. Like in October 2014, Marysville, Washington, five dead, three injured. A 15-year-old freshman shot and killed four students at Maryville Philchuck High School before committing suicide in the school cafeteria. This is wild. I thought they had it all figured out since Columbine, but I guess they haven't because stuff like this happens all the time. Then October of 2015 in Roseburg, Oregon, 10 dead and 9 injured at the, now I'm going to try to figure this out, this name, Umpqua Community College shooting. 10 dead, including the gunman, and 9 others injured. Then we go to November of 2017. Rancho Tehama, California. 6 dead, 18 injured. A gunman injured a student at the Rancho Tehama Elementary School and killed 5 adults before killing himself. It's just, it's a lot. Then we go to 2018, Marshall County, Kentucky. 2 dead, 18 injured. A 15-year-old student shot 16 people in the lobby at Marshall County High School. 2 students were killed and 18 were injured. It just goes on and on. Then we could go February 2018. Parkland, remember that? Parkland, Florida. 17 dead, 17 injured. Is a 19-year-old former student opened fire at the Majority Stoneham Douglas High School, killing 17 people and injuring 17 others. But you remember this? They were scared to even talk to the guy. He put down the gun and walked out like all the other kids, like it was nothing. And they're looking at him like he was the shooter. He went, got something to eat and everything. Walked right past their ass like it was nothing. I guess it really meant anything if he could actually do that, right? Then we go to May 2028, Santa Fe, Texas. 10 dead, 14 injured. A 17-year-old student opened fire at Santa Fe High School, killing 10 people and injuring 14. That's a lot. See, there's some ones and twos, but I'm thinking about the ones where it's so many more. And the ones that weren't personal. People just in there, somebody just killing somebody like it's no big deal. Like, I can't understand it. I can't. And I come from a school with a mixed background. I would say it was predominantly white school, and we didn't have that problem though. We didn't have it because at a certain time, after I guess I was in high school, they started to put up metal detectors. Anywho, in 2021, Oxford Township, Michigan, 4 dead, 7 injured. 4 students were killed and 7 others injured at the Oxford High School shooting. A 15-year-old suspect was taken into custody. Like, what would make you want to do these things? I don't know. When you think about it, it's like there's a lot of ones and twos and stuff like that. But then we'll come to 2024 in Valdell, Texas. I know you guys remember this one. It was 21 dead and 17 wounded. 19 students and 2 teachers were killed, and 17 others were wounded when an 18-year-old gunman opened fire at Robb Elementary School. The shooter was killed by responding officers. I remember people had to go in there and get their own damn kids. That's what I remember because the police were afraid. I remember that. It's just it's just a lot. And it keeps happening. So why do you guys think it is still happening? After all of these things, Columbine should have been the last. It really should have been. But it wasn't. I'll give you my take on it later. But in 2023, East Lansing, Michigan, 4 dead, 5 injured. In 2023, Michigan State University shootings, a man shot several people on the Michigan State University campus, killing 3 and wounding 5 before killing himself after being confronted by police. Then March 2023, Nashville, Tennessee, 7 dead, 1 injured. Shooting occurred at the Covenant School in the Green Hills neighborhood. 6 people were killed, consisting of 3 students, 3 staff members, and a police officer was injured by shattered glass. The shooter was killed by 2 responding Metropolitan Nashville Police Department officers. Most of them either kill themselves or get killed. You know what I mean? It's just, it's just June 2023, Richmond, Virginia, 2 dead, 5 injured. 7 people were shot, 2 fatally, after a high school graduation ceremony on the Virginia Commonwealth University campus. You can't make this up. This is like, why is this still happening? Is anyone asking that question? Why is this still happening? It's just, it's crazy. January 2024, just last year, Perry, Iowa, 1 dead, 7 injured. A shooting at Perry High School resulted in the deaths of 1 student, the school principal, and the shooter, a 17-year-old student who committed suicide. 4 other students and 3 staff members were also injured. That's a lot. That's a lot. And there's so many other ones. Most of them are kind of like one-on-ones, two-on, that type of thing. So it's different. But in September 2024, Winder, Georgia, 4 dead, 9 injured. A shooting at the Appalachian High School left 2 teachers and 2 students dead, and 9 others injured. A 14-year-old suspect was taken into custody. 14? Well, the most recent school shooting was just yesterday in Minneapolis at a Catholic school during Mass. A 23-year-old person, I don't know if it's male or female, who was the shooter, killed 2 children, ages 8 and 10, and then injured 17 other people. 14 were children from 6 to 5 years old. 3 adults in their 80s who were parishioners in the church officially said the news conference on Wednesday. That's crazy. All of this. Now, do you expect certain things in the church No, but this was in a school. I understand religion, but I also understand the human. So, in order to make things safer, wouldn't we try to make things safer? Now, I just ran through a couple of schools, a couple of things that happened by year, but this continues to happen. Like, why? I don't understand. And basically, almost all the schools are predominantly white. Almost all the school shooters are predominantly white males. So you telling me in over 26 years you couldn't figure out how to do it? I'm not understanding. I know one way: metal detectors. Put metal detectors in the schools. They don't have to be ugly ones. They could be cute ones if that's what you want. Technology has changed so much, you can get different ones. But you know what I understand? I understand that you don't want to do it because you don't want your kids to feel like they're inmates. But they turn out to be inmates anyway. If they capture them, I'm not understanding. What's the difference between the predominantly white schools, which have more funding, 10 times more funding, than the schools that are more geared towards everyone else or more quote unquote minorities? Why are there more shootings in the predominantly white schools than there are in the mixed schools? You want me to tell you why? I'm going to tell you why. One, people don't want their kids to be criminals or feel like they're criminals, even though they are. At that point, you pass the criminal. That's a felony. You're a murderer, a serial killer, basically. I mean, that's what it is. Most of those kids in a predominantly white school are privileged. Like let's take Columbine. Those kids' parents were rich. They drove cars that grown people that had real jobs. Some didn't even drive them, couldn't afford them. Those kids were driving them. See, on the other hand, you got parents that don't want to lose money on their jobs, so their kids better act right. They're not going to bring any weapons to school, no guns to school. They won't. And if they do have beef with somebody, it's with that one person. They ain't trying to take out everybody. The mindset is different. On the other side, yeah, their parents might have a lot of money, big home, and all of that. But where's the love? Them kids need a hug and an ass whooping. I'm just saying. Because ain't no way. There's no way. My mother would get mad if I had a fight in school, let alone bringing a gun. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. That's the difference between the two. If they put metal detectors, then they wouldn't have this problem. Kids got to learn all these tactics in case things happen, but they don't happen in our schools or in the urban, quote unquote, urban schools because we're just not built like that. These rich kids are around guns all the time. Their parents take a lot of stuff for granted. And I believe that's the real problem. I think it's parenting. Just because you have it doesn't mean you should give it. That's something to think about. Anywho, that's what we're talking about today. I pray every day that we don't see another school shooting, but I know there will because racism is expensive. And that's really what this is, racism. I'm just saying. All right, now I still need you to get up. Yeah, you. Get up, get out, and get some.